Hello everybody, peace of Lord Jesus Christ. Today we're looking at Judgment Day for Christianity, Faith vs. Logic, a video by the Stallion76. I'm going another round with him. Maybe he'll finally agree to that challenge I gave him, or respond. Here we go.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. How
What's
far
up?
can faith go before it crosses the line of insanity? How strong can someone believe until they simply break and fall and become literally insignificant and irrelevant? The reason why I ask this question is because it seems that a lot of theists do not have an understanding of what the word faith even means. Believing in something without evidence. That is what faith is. Believing without any kind of substance. Nothing that would drive you to believe.
Is that true? In the Bible, Jesus has said, "Behold, I have told you these things in advance, so that when you see them come to pass, you may believe." In other words, I have told you things in the future. Only God can do that. Once you see them happen, you will believe what I'm saying is true. There's another situation where Jesus was confronted by the Sadducees and the Pharisees. And they said, "Don't just believe me because what I say, but don't the miracles themselves prove what I say is true?" In other words, don't just take me at my word, but don't your eyes prove to you what I'm doing is real? He says, after all, seeing is believing. You want biblical theism to be faith without evidence. Atheists want this to be faith without evidence or reason. But actually, we don't find the biblical Christianity any faith without reason or evidence. We find the complete opposite of that. When we say we put faith in the God of the Bible, when we put faith in Jesus Christ, it is the same way that you put faith in the chair you're sitting in. When you walk into a room and you observe the chair and you see that it's holding itself up, that the four legs seem to be intact, and that everything's good, you put your faith in it that it will hold you up. The same way we put our faith in God to hold us up.
Believe in the thing that you believe in. But you simply believe in it for believing's sake.
I know maybe there are some Christians that do that, but certainly I do not, and I know many that don't just believe it to believe it. I have spent countless hours, years studying Islam, years studying Buddhism, and years studying Hinduism. I have come to the conclusion that Jesus Christ is the truth.
They don't seem to understand nor comprehend what the word truth or knowledge or understanding is. From time to time you will hear, "It's the truth because I believe it's the truth."
No, truth is quite simply things as it is. A true statement would be, I am making a video that is refuting your video, Judgment Day for Christianity, Faith vs. Logic. That's a true statement. A statement like, I'm playing a video game right now, is a lie.
And some Christians will actually go so far as to say, and not just Christians, but Muslims and other theists will go so far as stepping over the lines of faith and belief and saying, "I know because I had a personal experience." And their personal experience usually has something to do with something positive happened to them naturally in the world. They've just chosen to give the credit to this invisible force that no one else hears.
No. First off, I can give you thousands of testimonies of people where it cannot be explained naturally. This is why we call it a miracle, because it is not a naturally occurring thing. Secondly, I don't agree with all of the Christian claims of miracles. I don't think that Mary is in a cheese sandwich or whatever happened with that, or that a statue was crying. The statue of Mary was crying. I'm very skeptical about that. I'm very skeptical about Protestant claims. I need to look into them. I myself have had some claims where I thought I was delusional, where I thought because I was just stepping into my Christian faith that this was something that I just made up. But looking further into it, it was God ordained. Such like a Islamic claim I would have to, or a Muslim claim to a supernatural event, I would look into it as well. We don't just accept all of the claims as you're saying to be true. And the fact that many people do have claims of religious religious experiences does not make one false one unvalidate all of the true ones. If I can give you an example of that, let us say we have 10 clear bottles. All of them are labeled H2O, but one has poison in it, another vodka, another water, and then the rest poison or rubbing alcohol or just something that's not water, but it's clear and it looks like water. The fact that all of those are lies, does that make the one that is labeled H2O a lie? Well, of course not.
No one else sees.
What's that?
Credit to this invisible force that no one else hears, no one else sees.
Well, see, the thing is, if our book claimed that you could see God, then you would make a point. But the fact that our faith, our trust in God, entails that He relatively makes Himself hidden. Now, there are a few schools of thought behind that. One could be, He makes Himself hidden so that to allow free choice. Because if He's always there, we're always going to make the right decision. But rather, He wants us to make it on our own, so that we naturally come to Him and love Him, so that we naturally do right, rather than Him just beating us up every time we do something wrong. And then it's funny how when we look at situations when mankind was developing its civilization, where God did kind of nudge in and help them and command His people to go and wipe out evil people, you find a problem with that. And this is a big problem I have with atheists, that they are completely hypocritical. We say, and our book says, that nobody has seen God. That we don't see God the Father in His true form, because He is spirit, and Jesus said, when you worship God, worship Him in spirit and in truth. And that He is the unseen creator. If we could see Him, He would be the creator He would be a created thing and not the creator. But we did see Him. He took on flesh. He indwelled the person of Jesus Christ. But you don't want to believe His message. Sorry. You don't want to believe His message. And so, either way, you're not going to agree, and you're going to be a hypocrite about the answers we give, and that you're not going to accept some, and others you're going to accept only when it goes against what you want. Stay tuned for part 2, guys. See ya.